I remember someone saying this to me that Praveen, this year COVID has completely spoiled the celebration of Independence Day. And for a moment I thought, what do you mean by that? Now, the definition of spoiling varies from person to person. And I thought, yes, I think up to one extent, or rather up to large extent, yes, I think COVID has played a very vital role in spoiling the essence of Independence Day this year. Whether it is intentional, strategic, whether it's because of media, government, I have no idea. But as a storyteller, it's my responsibility, something whenever I learn in my life, to share that learning with you because stories are all about that. So let me share this small story, a small incident from my life which will help you to understand and which will help me to put this point in correct context. For that, you have to understand that me and my mother, we talk every day for hours on phone. And around 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock is the time, by the way. She expects call from me exactly at 10 o'clock. And nowadays, thanks to COVID, we speak on video calls. But sometimes we speak for hours, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. And sometimes if I'm very tired, very hectic day, only for 2 minutes. We don't mind. But because of COVID, because of lockdown, I had a lot of time. So I used to speak to her. And I could see a dramatic change, and I'm very careful using this word dramatic change. After this episode of Tablighi Jamaat, what happened? A very common question I used to ask my mother out of curiosity, mother, from where you are buying vegetables by the way nowadays? Because it's not like Mumbai, it's not like metros where you have all home deliveries. They are in Nasik. And before pre-Tablighi Jamaat episode, she used to say, you don't have to worry. Every day the person is coming and he's bringing vegetables, normal vendor. And I said, good. But suddenly the way this episode of Tablighi Jamaat was blown on media in such a way, completely out of proportion, oh my God. And I could see a change in my mother's tone. And suddenly the conversation started like this. Everyday normal conversation. You know what? The cases are more in Malegaon. Now, if you know Malegaon, Malegaon is a place where the Muslim community, the density of Muslim community is a little high. So cases in Malegaon is very high. I said, okay. This is indirect conversation where Mama is sharing her views about that maybe this COVID is more common in Muslims and not in Hindus. Now she has her own understanding. See, you know me. When I share perspective, I'm not asking you to change your perspective. I'm not challenging your perspective. Neither am I asking you to accept my perspective. I'm just sharing as a storyteller what happened in my life. So I realized that. And after a few days, I asked just a routine question. So what you bought today in vegetable? She said, no, I didn't buy anything today. We are making dal and this and that. I'm waiting for vegetable guy. I said, but that one person is to come, you said, no? And she said, many of us in this colony stopped, not only including, that just not her, many of us in this colony stopped buying vegetables from him. I said, why? And she said, because he's Muslim. I don't know whether this happened intentionally. I don't know whether this happened strategically. I don't know when this issue was blown, this exactly they wanted to happen. I have no idea about that. But this has happened. This has happened. And that's not good for independence. What do you mean by that? This is exactly what British people did. Divide and rule. Whatever happened that has divided us. That's not fair. That's not independence, ladies and gentlemen. So I have no idea whether media or politics or politicians are doing this strategically, intentionally. I have absolutely no idea, but it's happening and it should not happen. So on this Independence Day, I just want to say one thing. Don't allow anyone to spoil the independence of this country, and I'm very carefully using this word, this country. We have, I think, people who have spent their time, energy, money, resources and lives to bring this independence only for one vision, that we should live free. And we can live free only when we are together, not divided. Make sure, doesn't matter whether you are Praveen or Parvez, As long as Praveen and Parvez is together, no one can do anything. And I think Mr. Modi is very clear with this. Or even all the future prime ministers should be very clear with this. That India is a free country. No one can rule us. We are giving our hard-earned money to you to run the country because we have other priorities in our life. So don't try to divide us. Don't try to rule us. This is Praveen Vadakar signing out. Until we meet again. Happy Independence Day to every Indian.